Hello! Here I am back again, and I'm with a baby, and it is again Mandy Grace. I don't know why this happens, but sometimes I just get a thing about a baby. I love all my kids. Mummy shouldn't have favourites, but I spend a lot of time with Berth and Lacey because they have their fingers twisted very, very firmly in my heart. That sounds painful, but they do. The little ones, I tend to divide my time equally between feeding, changing, cuddling, loving. And then all of a sudden, I'll notice something that I haven't seen before, or that I've forgotten, or that I've just rediscovered about them. And it just gets me right here. And when I was feeding Mandy earlier this week, what am I talking about earlier this week? It's only Tuesday. Well, it was yesterday. I noticed her tiny little face and her tiny, thin little arms and how thin they were compared to the rest of her, and her tiny little hands. And it just absolutely got me, and I couldn't put her down. And I don't know, I just haven't been able to get the picture of this quite chubby baby. She's got a very chubby body. She's not at all preemie or malnourished or, but she's got, as some newborns do, she has the tiniest little arms, the tiniest little hands, with infinitesimal little fingers, and a very small face compared to some of the babies I have, even some newborns I have. And she is just so cute. So I'm here with her again. Now, one of the things that you do need to do with silicones is that you need to keep them nice. With a vinyl baby, if it gets dirty or a little bit grubby looking, you just use a wet wipe it down. Some people just use a damp sponge and a little bit of soft baby soap and water, and then you dry it with a soft towel and you're all good to go. And you can do this same thing with a silicone. Full-body silicone you can bath if you want to, but I don't think I'd dare. I'd be too scared of what I might do to Angel's paint. But silicones require one more thing. They do need to be powdered regularly. It's good for their skin, because silicones, especially the older, firmer kinds of silicone, which Mandy Grace is, their skin exudes a tiny bit of oil. Don't be alarmed, it won't get on you or stain or anything. But it does make for a little bit of tackiness. It almost feels like the baby sweats, and it makes the skin a bit shiny. So to keep her in optimum condition, she needs to be powdered. I've just got out the baby powder, and what I use is a bronzing brush that I bought from a drugstore, or online you can buy them. Don't buy a cheap one. Spend the money and get a good quality one, and do get one. If you have a silicone Reborn, I'm just picking her up now. Hello, my treasure. Hello, my darling girl. Mummy's best little angel, aren't you? You can't pull the wires. I'm just laying her on a cushion across my lap, with her head well supported. There's my baby girl. You're a little princess, aren't you beautiful? Yes, you are. You're going to take your booties off. We should put them we're going to put them in Mummy's pocket. You put them in Mummy's pocket. There. You put them in Mummy's pocket, and then we won't lose them, all right? You have them on soon. That's good. As I was saying, I know, money's tight for everybody, but if you're going to powder her, it needs to be gently. So buy a good bronzing brush. They're not all that expensive. I'm not saying buy a $20 one. This one cost me about $6. £6. Right, and I'm getting a handful of powder out of this great big, it smells lush, great big bottle. And I'm just letting the powder drop down into the breadth of the brush. Bronzing brush, for those who haven't seen one, is a big, soft, round, fluffy brush with a short, fat handle. And it's very, very soft and fluffy. It's got very soft bristles. So basically you're very much in control of it because it has such a short handle. I'm taking care not to spill any powder, or trying not to. Alright, so we're going to do your feet first and your little leggies. And what you do is you just pat the brush very lightly over her toes and her feet. You don't want much powder, you just want a very... Oh my goodness. And the difference in the feel of her skin when just dusted with a tiny bit of powder. You could use a powder puff, but you really don't get the lightness you need, even with a powder puff, even if you have one on a stick. I have tried both ways. I've also tried putting it on with my hands and got powder everywhere. So I would recommend a brush. And the skin just feels silky soft. Silky soft. Is that nice? Is that nice? Is that nice, darling? Oh, she likes that. She likes that. Yes. We like that, don't we? She loves having her feet played with, her little toes. Right, now we're going to do her arms. I'm just going to push her sleeves up. She's wearing today a lemon romper suit, pale lemon. And it's got pink and white flowers on it. It's almost more cream than lemon. And she's sort of pushed her little sleeves. She's got a white t-shirt underneath it. It is lemon, really. Otherwise the white wouldn't look right with it. And I'm just going to fluff a light dusting of powder over her little armies and her tiny, tiny little handies. Oh, precious baby girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Oh, you're such a precious baby. Yes, you are. Mummy's little angel. Oh, doesn't that make Mandy feel beautiful? There, let's put your sleeves down. Let's put your sleeves down. The one, see? And there's the other one. Oh, look at these tiny little curly uppy fingers. Oh, they're beautiful little curly uppy fingers, aren't they? Yes, they are. Both Mandy's hands are sort of bent back at angles. One is kind of bending over downwards and one is bending over upwards. She's so newborn, her legs are both really bent and her feet are both kind of slightly angled too. The little toes are bending upwards. We're going to put your boots on. You're going to put your boots on. Let's do that now, so I don't want you to get your feet cold. And I actually got knitted booties, white ones. And I won these in a competition on one of my, well, I've only got the one now, I'm only in one, on a Reborn group on Facebook. And it's a lovely group. I've been in several Reborn groups on Facebook. I can't talk about what this one's called because it's a secret group, but if anybody's interested, get in touch with me and I'll talk to you about it. But it's the most lovely, supportive, non-bullying, non-dramatic group I've ever been in. And everybody's so friendly and so nice. And I just feel so comfortable there. Which is a relief because I'd started thinking all Reborn groups were catteries, to put it mildly. I was really getting quite discouraged with them. Right, let's have boots back on. Now I've got to do her face. Now, doing her face is difficult because you have to do it very lightly, swirling the brush over the contours of her face and trying not to get any in her eyes, nose or ears. Now this is the bit she doesn't like and she might cry. So just be prepared, she might cry. Okay, you're going to put this on your little face. You're going to have some powder on your face, and is she going to be a brave girl? Is she going to be a brave girl? She's going to be a brave girl for me. Yes, you are. Oh, no, she's not. Alright, baby. Come on, it'll be over soon. Oh, Mandy, Mama. Come on, baby girl. Look, I've got to do this. It'll make you feel better. There. It's nearly done. It's nearly done. It's very difficult, this, because the little newborn face has so many little kind of creases in it. Under her chin and under her lips and the little dimple above her lips. All right, darling. And then I've got to do her neck. And it's tickly for her. Oh, there. Oh, come on. Come on, it's nearly over. Oh, come on. It's nearly done. It's nearly done. That's all finished now. It's all finished. All gone. All gone. All gone. Nasty powder brush has gone away. It's all gone. Can I reach out and put this down? Yes, just. Come on. Come up for a cuddle. Oh, don't, baby. Don't. It's all gone now. It's all gone. It's all gone. Should we give you a bubba and see if that will help you make you feel better? Stay still. Let me put your bib on. Sorry about this. Somebody is not happy with me at all. So she's a bit muffled. She's kind of like trying to get... She has this thing where she burrows her face into my shoulder. I think we've stopped. I think she's seen the bottle. Come on, Bubba. Come on, Bubba. Ah. I think Mummy's back in her good books again. Good girl. Oh, that's really... I hate it when she cries. Well, I hate it when any baby cries. But I know why she was annoyed with me. But it's just about time for lunch now anyway. There. Oh, that's much better, isn't it? There, my precious. Right. Calm seems to be restored. She really is a beautiful baby, this, and a very precious gift. I got her for my birthday last year. She used to live in Scotland with another mummy, and it was one of those times when the bonding didn't just quite click, and the other mummy said, would you give her a home and see if she does better with you? And I said, would I? And I think that's a wonderful thing when you can do that. I've actually done that with 3 of mine. Leah has gone to Scotland for in a new home, and she is somebody's go-to baby now. Like Bert is my go-to, and I'm so happy about that. And then little Ben, he was a lovely little boy, but he wasn't made by my normal dream giver, and you could tell that he wasn't. And there was just something about him I couldn't get on with. I don't know why, it just didn't click. And then there was Cassie. For some reason, she had everything, but I just couldn't get on with her, and I really don't know why. It works like that sometimes. You just don't know why. And recently, I kept her for a long time, hoping that the bonding would come, but it didn't. And she now lives with her new mummy in London, who totally adores her. Bonding is an odd thing. It can happen instantaneously. It can start where you're really not sure, and then it can grow. And it can be absolutely fierce once it's grown. Or you can try and try and try, and it just won't come however hard you want it to. It's always a risk. And I find that if I've had the baby custom made, which means I've known about the baby for months beforehand, and I've invented it in my head and decided what the character's going to be, so I know it beforehand, then I have that much more of a chance of the bonding working. But sometimes it doesn't. Like, for example, Cassie, I knew exactly who she was, what she was going to be like, but when she got to me, it just wouldn't click, and I don't know why. It's odd. It's very rare that it happens, I think, but it has happened to me. Just one of those things. You are so beautiful. I can't get over how gorgeous this baby is. So, in other news, this morning we tried on Lacey's Welsh costume. Tomorrow there will be pictures on Facebook, and on Sunday you will get to hear how she did at the concert and procession in Rainbows. Yeah, it's going to be a busy few days. I've also ordered myself a nice stereo mic, which is supposed to be able to work with an iPhone, which will be nice too, because however much I love just quickly recording with my phone, I would like to have it back in stereo. That would be quite cool. So we shall see. And I think you've had enough of me for today. I shall be back tomorrow, I would think, barring migraines or anything uncontrollable like that. And we'll see who I'm with then. In the meantime, have a lovely day, everybody, and take care. Is that nice, Mandy Moo Moo? Is that nice? Are you sucking the bottom out of that bottle, are you? Are you? Oh, you're Mummy's beautiful girl, aren't you? Mummy's little treasure? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Oh, you drink that all up like a big, strong girl. Oh, look at that. You're such a good girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.